Minister. What? A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Pallavi Srivastav, and my co-host, Ms. Ishmita Yadav, will be taking you through our flagship event, Laghuswapna 2025.
We have diverse industries in the region of Vasai to Dahanu. There are some great entrepreneurial stories to be heard of and a rich cultural legacy. We all are here today to appreciate the efforts of growing MSMEs and discuss their concerns.
The supply chain is the unsung backbone of modern commerce, a delicate symphony of movement and exchange that weaves together the fabric of global trade. At its core, effective supply chain management is not just about logistics or efficiency, but about the subtle art of connection between people, places, and things. It's about understanding the intricate web of relationship that binds us together and harnessing that understanding to create value, foster trust, and bring people closer to the things that matter. By mastering the supply chain, we master the rhythm of commerce itself. And in doing so, reveal the hidden harmony that underlines the world of goods and services.
In the year 2011, Laghuswapna was conceived keeping this concept in mind. This year, we will be focusing on emerging trends in supply chain management.
So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we welcome you all to the splendid meet of industry, academia and state for Laghuswapna 2025. This is the 13th edition of Laghuswapna with a motive to provide a platform for institute-industry interface where the St. John Technical and Educational Campus seeks to be the epicenter of a pool of resources in terms of skilled professionals and required infrastructure, which will play a significant part in the socio-economic development of Palghar district.
We are indeed privileged to have with us some eminent personalities. Our chief guest, Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, nuclear scientist, Department of Atomic Energy, 1964 to 2004, President, STEAM Academy. Our guest of honor, Ms. Deepa Raut, MSME expert, consultant, founder and director, Careerizer.in and Technominds.in.
We are also pleased to have amongst us Chairman of Aldel Education Trust, Mr. Albert W. D'Souza, Secretary Mrs. Elvina D'Souza, Treasurer Mrs. Elaine D'Souza Buthello, Member of Trust Mr. Aldrich D'Souza, Deputy Campus Director and Principal St. John Institute of Pharmacy and Research Dr. Savita Tauro, Principal St. John College of Engineering and Management Dr. Kamal Shah. We welcome all the dignitaries and special guests, people from industries and government officials. We also welcome the principals, staff and students of other institutes. We welcome one and all.
It is the mark of our tradition to invoke the Almighty's blessing before the start of any auspicious event. For this, I request everyone to kindly stand for the universal prayer for peace.
Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's doubt, through faith in you, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's discouragement, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. And where there's sadness, let me bring joy. Make me an instrument of your peace. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in giving that we do receive. And it's in dying we are born to life.
Kindly remain standing.
दीप ज्योति परब्रह्म दीप ज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो मे हरतु पापम दीप ज्योति नमोस्तुते, which translates to, I fold my hands before the Lord, the maintainer of this creation, in the form of this light. I adore this light which destroys all the pains resulting from my omissions and commissions. I now request our chairman, Mr. Albert W. D'Souza, along with the members of the trust, to invite our dignitaries, Honorable Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, Dr. Savita Tauro, Dr. Kamal Shah, Dr. Mukta Jacob, Dr. Govind Asne, Dr. Srinivas Patil, and Dr. Lata Ramachandran for the lighting of the lamp.
श्रुतं शङ्करं प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
Kindly be seated. We feel deeply honored and privileged to have amongst us our esteemed dignitaries who, despite their busy schedule, have taken their time out to be with us and grace the occasion. I request our chairman, Mr. Albert W. D'Souza, to honor and welcome our chief guest for today, Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, nuclear scientist, Department of Atomic Energy and President, STEAM Academy. I request Chairman Sir to kindly wait back. We welcome our guest of honor, Ms. Deepa Raut, MSME expert, consultant founder and director, Career Raiser and Technominds.in. I request our Chairman Sir to welcome Mr. Zenin D. Cruz, Additional General Manager, Model Cooperative Bank. I think Sir is yet to arrive. Thank you, Chairman Sir. Sir has come. Thank you, Chairman Sir.
We are pleased to have amongst us the distinguished members of various management associations. We honor and value their presence amongst us. I request our Secretary, Mrs. Elvina D'Souza, to welcome and honor the Management Association representatives. We welcome Mr. Velji Ghogri, President of Tarapur Industrial Manufacturers Association.
I request Velji Sir to kindly come in front. Velji Sir, kindly come in front. Take that mic. Thank you, Velji Sir. We request Elvina ma'am to kindly wait back.
We welcome Mr. Ilangavan Mudaliar, President of Tarapur Management Association. We welcome Mr. Satish Bhai Parekh, President of Dahanu Industry Manufacturers Association.
I think Sir is yet to arrive.
We welcome Mr. Jai Singh Sankhe, President Palghar Taluka Industries Federation. We welcome Mr. Birendra Thakur, Secretary, Laghu Udyog Bharati, MIDC, Boisar.
Next.
We welcome Mr. Naitik Bhai Sangrajka from the Umargam Industries Association. Thank you, ma'am.
We take great pleasure in extending our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed sponsors, whose generous support has been instrumental in making this event a resounding success. Please accept our sincerest appreciation for your kindness, generosity, and partnership. I now invite our treasurer, Mrs. Elaine D'Souza Botelho, to felicitate our sponsors for the event. We start with Mr. Kuljinder Singh, MD, Mukut Tanks and Vessels Private Limited. I request Elaine ma'am to kindly wait back. I request the company representatives that if they are present in the hall, kindly come in front. I request the representative from VBHC, Citizen Credit Bank, Vision Fire and Safety Engineering, Karnataka Bank Limited, representative from Karnataka Bank Limited, representative from BCCB Vasai, representative from Avaran, I can see sir. Sir, can you kindly come in front? Representative from Bhavani Elevators Private Limited, Amisha Pipe and Sanitary Corporation, Shriji Corporation, KJ Enterprises, Steel Center, Kiddo Sports Private Limited. I now request the President of our Alumni Association to come in front. He is also one of the sponsors of the event. He was our ex-student, ladies and gentlemen. He's working with a multinational corporation now, and he's the president of our Alumni Association, Mr. Saurabh Agarwal. Doshi Trading Company, Shri Sai Developers, Mr. R.S. Yadav, if he's present in the hall, Maruti Electric Hardwares and Sanitary, Epic Subscription Private Limited, AO Enterprises Book Vendor, Concept Computers, Shri Sai Enterprises, Lata Emporium, Sai Krupa Refrigeration, Sai Treat Be Pure, Teamwork Services, Perfect Office, and Ankit Suresh. Some of them are occupied in the stalls given. Thank you, ma'am. We highly appreciate all our sponsors for their generosity. Thank you so much. Laghuswapna is a conscious effort to provide a platform to industry personnel and academicians to gather and discuss on the topics of relevance. Let us now watch a small glimpse of how Laghuswapna has changed over the years.
project reviews to campus interviews, nicknames to last bench games, cultural rehearsals to presentation preparations, midsem exams to case study submissions, short-term crushes to classroom blushes. Life is full of commitments and too many deadlines. But these cherished moments will live forever in our memories. So, presenting before you a short glimpse of life at St. John's.
I now request our dignitaries, Honorable Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, Chairman of Aldal Education Trust, Secretary Mrs. Elvina D'Souza, Principal St. John College of Engineering and Management Dr. Kamal Shah, and HOD of MBA Dr. Lata Ramachandran to kindly occupy their seats on the dais. it was the dream of our founder chairman, Mr. Albert W. D'Souza, to provide quality education to today's youth. With this in mind, the Aldel Education Trust decided to establish St. John Technical Campus at Palghar so as to provide an opportunity to the semi-urban and rural youth of Palghar and the surrounding districts in Maharashtra to develop and create a better tomorrow. Mr. Albert W. D'Souza is a visionary, philanthropist and a renowned industrialist. He is a printing technologist, chairman of Model Cooperative Bank and a passionate educationist. He has won numerous awards for his personal contributions and has taken St. John College to heights where only a few renowned colleges have reached. I now request Sir to kindly welcome the gathering.
Chief guest of the day, Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, President of the STEAM Academy and former nuclear scientist. Guest of honor, Madam Deepa Raut, MSME expert, consultant, founder and director at careerraiser.in. Panel members of the Aldel Education Trust, all the dignitaries of this event, principals of St. John Institutes, and my dear staff and students. On behalf of Aldel Education Trust, I welcome you all to this St. John Technical and Education Campus, Palghar, the first autonomous campus offering KG to PG edition with 34 multidisciplinary higher education courses. With the power of autonomy and the new education policy, we envision technical and professional education in sync with industry, where industry inputs are crucial at every stage of the teaching and learning processes. We are proud to announce that we have been selected to establish an AICT Idea Lab at our engineering college, which is central government project. We welcome industry inputs to form of equipment, visiting senior professors of practice as well as on-site in plant, student, faculty engagements. Our industry institute interaction has been very strong through Laghuswapna, the annual event of our management department. The very brand name Laghuswapna was coined to identify the core of the event. It is to honor the entrepreneurs and innovators who risk everything by starting small industry and dreaming big. Palghar, as I would like to call it, it's a happening place today. It is the youngest district in Maharashtra, growing rapidly. We already have the new district headquarters, an upcoming township by SIDCO, the bullet train corridor, dedicated freight corridor, extension of 4-track railway service to Danu, Bombay-Baroda Express Highway, and finally upcoming the well-known, well-spoken Vadhavan Port, and a proposed third airport within MMRD area. With these upcoming projects, Palghar's connectivity to the rest of the country will improve multifold. Keeping this in mind, I am pleased that MBA department has chosen emerging trends in supply chain management as the topic for Laghuswapna for this year, that is 2025. As per our survey, there are 40,000 plus MSME units which are located between Vasai and Vapi, and it is a hub for a variety of small-scale industry. For the growth of MSMEs, it is essential that they are well connected to the various business hubs, both within and outside the country. At the same time, we acknowledge the various challenges that the MSMEs may face while doing businesses. Laghuswapna strives to be a platform for the government, industry, and academia to come together and bring forth information regarding the latest developments, problem faced, solutions sought, discuss and debate to forge a way forward. As we observe industry around us, we see the crucial role that logistics plays in fulfilling the various stages of businesses. We have evolved from B2B to B2C to e-commerce and finally quick commerce. A lot of emphasis has been placed on the improvement in both reliability and speed of the logistic being provided. Simultaneously, there has been a strong penetration of technology with logistics, enabling real-time tracking of items, thus improving efficiency of production while using techniques like just-in-time. I am confident that today's panel discussion will bring forth useful information and learning outcomes for all those in attendance. May we work together to embrace innovation, foster collaboration, prioritize quality, leverage digitization so that we can seize the opportunities available to us and reach greater heights. Once again, I thank you all for attending and being part of our Laghuswapna event. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your words. Listening to you is always a great pleasure. We are pleased to have amongst us today our esteemed guest of honor, Ms. Deepa Raut, consultant, founder and director, careerraiser.in and technominds.in. Ms. Deepa Raut is an IT and technology expert specializing in MSME digital transformation, automation, TIL, Prince 2 and Six Sigma Black Belt, along with an FDP in entrepreneurship development. She is the founder of Career Raiser and CR Automation Private Limited, with over 18 years of experience in IT, networking, and business automation, having worked with Tata Communications, Reliance Communications, and Dimension Data. She holds certifications in ITIL, Prince 2, and Six Sigma Black Belt. She is actively involved in entrepreneurship, skill development, and MSME support, working with government and corporate bodies for IT innovation and training. Currently, she serves as President of VIMA India Women Entrepreneurs Association, District Head and Co-Chair, Training and Education, Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture. General Council Member, North Konkan Chamber of Commerce Agricultural Foundation, President, Technominds Foundation. I request ma'am to please enlighten the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Respected dignities on dais, as well as my all dear friends of MSME, as well as students from St. John Academy. Today, topic is very important, like as a supply chain management. I think it is very attractive and it's a need of the industry. As a MSME point of view also, we were thinking to have certain session in this area. And suddenly I got invite from madam, so I was very happy. Mera ek target complete ho gaya. So thank you so much for this initiative. And as I aware, because I am also from this Palghar industry, I am a native of this Palghar. So hats off about all the Laghu Udyojak. I think you all are aware, our Palghar district plays very important role across India. If you have seen only the MSCB bills, around 4,800 crore business is there from this Palghar district, from the MSME across India. So you can think about this is a credit of all MSMEs which we are working in Palghar across from Vasai to Vapi. So there are multiple initiatives going on related to MSME point of view also. So I think we'll just discuss few policies. I think most of you, I can see my few of my friends, like most of the time we are facing a problem of about this road issues or maybe related with this industry issues. So if you have seen the nationally, there are PM Gati Yojana. I think you all are taking a benefit of the road. Nowadays we are always blaming on the traffic area. But if you are aware about this PM Gati Shakti Yojana, this is the part of these pain areas. I know few years we will face these issues because this is the part of the supply chain. Because as sir also told about, there are upcoming sectors in Palghar district. So first point about this road, railways and airlines, this fact is going on for this PM Gati Shakti. You can just net, on Google also you can find certain pointers about that. About supply chain management, I think I'm just sticking to these pointers itself. Government of India had got 200 crores of fund from the RAMP scheme. RAMP is what? Rising and Accelerating for MSME. So right now, most of the MSMEs are facing an issue because of the corona. After corona, most of the industries are facing issue related with the sustainability. So RAMP is a scheme where government has got a fund from the World Bank, approximately 200 crores for accelerating for the MSMEs. So those who are from micro, small, medium enterprises, they have the good opportunity in Palghar, and we are really fortunate that this project is started from the Maharashtra government itself first. So we have the opportunity to at least utilize this fund at very first level. Here, focus on this RAMP scheme. There is a separate section for supply chain related with, you can say, MSECDP, about this circular economy. And it is again, there are 200 extra fund available for export and supply chain. So now you will say how we can take a part of these schemes. Let me tell you certain schemes related with this RAM. There are, I think you must have seen certain mails, messages from MSME or IDMI department, which you, all the industry association must be getting that, related to, about this tendering, GEM tendering, as well as this Six Sigma, as well as automation, sustainability of agriculture. Even this week we had one program at Virar related with the sustainability about the agriculture and laboratory management system, BIS. So these are the need of the industry, because as industry is going, MSME is growing, there are n number of opportunity like in Palghar district. So we should focus and we should enter in this sector. Only the need of this scheme's awareness is that you should have the Udyam registration number. So either you can be private limited, either you can be proprietor, either you can be the partnership firm. You can take a part of any of the scheme by RAM with having the Udyam registration number. You can assign your company members to that particular program, and after that you can take a benefit from that program. Now it is that scheme is mean for that only, to analyze, understand the need from this locality. As Palghar district, like as this is, you can say it's like related with this Vadvan opportunities and many things. So we have the options available for warehouse management. We have opportunity related to exports. So here, even we can think about this cluster management system. I think most of you must be aware about this cluster management. This is MSECDP scheme. Cluster management, basically, the group of industry people can come together and they can take the benefit of the cluster management. Let's say example, if you have the packaging plastic units all over your location, you can take this opportunity. You can form a group of at least 10 to 20 people and you can take the benefit. approximately 50 to 60% fund subsidy is available from the MSME or DIC, Jilla Udyog Kendra from Palghar. So that is also available, and government is asking and appealing to the MSME to take these opportunities, because in Palghar, I think this is the first cluster coming into the across Maharashtra about the fish cluster. First cluster is coming in Palghar only about the fish cluster, because I think you must be aware about this advent port opportunities. So first cluster is already assigned. There is another Chiku cluster is going on from DIC department about for this fruit and processing, because Chiku is a one district, one product for the agriculture sector in Palghar. And this opportunity as a cluster development we can form as a industry point of view also, and in a agriculture point of view also. If you have aware about this sector, if in region about the Palghar, those who are the industrialists here, they are working. So there are number of opportunity about the tourism, about the MSME, about the industry, because I think I can see Velji bhai here. So there are many things going on. Even last week also we had one good program about the MSME related to what are the pain areas. So you have to come forward, you have to represent in certain government initiatives, so that will be very easier for us to take the information from different association as well as from the individual. So these are some, as I said, about this MSME schemes. Another initiatives certain going on related with international trade fairs. I think most of you must have taken the part of the international trade fairs. You can register to the NSIC portal. NSIC is a National Skills Incorporation corporation, where you can take a benefit for this trade fair across India, because across India as well as outside India, because there are multiple trade policies are working here, and there are many exporters in our Palghar district. So it is again the untapped area for Palghar people to take care about these policies. Very few applications comes for this trade fair from Palghar side. So we as industrialists from this location, we have to take benefit, and we have to come together collaboratively, and we have to take this opportunity. That is the important aspect. About the export policy, as I said, even I think most of you must be taking care about this CGTMSC scheme for this your business loan, or maybe for your infrastructure growth. There are multiple initiatives going related with Lean Six Sigma management about Z. Z is like a zero effect, zero defect scheme. So this is a national certificate which is available by India government for this Z. You can search on website Z portal. It's like a certification for the lean management, because these initiatives definitely, if you want to improvement about the export, if you want to get the improvement about the sustainability, this certification, lean management, and this circular economy is very important. And nationally as well as globally, focus is going on about the Make in India and Made in India products. So even government of India is focusing on maximum Make in India products to be completed from our region across India, so that they can nominate, they can accredit, and they can go ahead for the further export side. So these are few policies which I have explained as per my timeline. So definitely those who have any issues, I think we are circulating certain programs from the under the RAM scheme. I am taking care about RAM scheme for this implementation in the association. Those who are the association member, they can definitely take the help of this scheme. Because of that, even Maharashtra state and nationally, they are taking the database where are the industries are actually based on, because it's a scratter industry. Most of you are the private industry. Sometimes people are from the private association. Some of them are only the recognized or the government associations. So those who are from those locations, at least nominate your name for the RAM. That will be first initiative from the MSME point of view, and then we can go ahead further. This I think there are certain few schemes about the MSME, those who are from the small sector, CMEGP. I think you must have taken Few of you must have taken the benefit, like CMEGP is like a Mukhya Mantri Rozgar Yojana. This is related with approximately 50 lakhs, those who need only the small amount, 50 lakhs for manufacturing, 20 lakhs for the service industry. CMEGP and PMEGP, PM is for Prime Minister Employment Generation Scheme. That is again those who are startup. I can see very good student faces here. So those students want to start their business without collateral, without any entity. They can start their business only by their normal KYC, and they can take the benefit of CMEGP and PMEGP. This is a national schemes running from Maharashtra as well as state government. For agriculture, there are PMEGP, basically for fruit processing, because if you have seen this Palghar area, it is very good as per the coastal area as well as the agriculture area. So here there are multiple requirement of the processing units for the exports. Even government is focusing for this export facilities for this region related to food processing sectors, because this area, because I am native from this area. This area is very crucial about this banana as well as you can say the marine products, and this is again the focus area going related with this export. So there is a specialized scheme which is funded by national as well as Maharashtra government. 60-40% is there, and that scheme name is PMFME, Pradhan Mantri Food Processing Unit. That you can take a option where you can get the subsidy of 35%. This is the first scheme where nationally and from the Maharashtra government is giving the support for the subsidy. So 35% subsidy for your individual product, your individual loan, as well as if you have the organization, you can take the benefit for the cluster or the FPO or your private limited company. You can take the benefit if you have the requirement 1 crore, 10 crore. Accordingly, that budget will change and you can take the facility. About the cold, I think supply chain, I think this is again one important point about the cold storage. There are certain schemes related from the MSME as well as from the agriculture department also. So we can take a benefit of this type of schemes. There are a number of schemes of course, but I am just focusing on the supply chain and export related things. So you can definitely take a part of this schemes, and because sometimes what happens, taking a loan or taking an opportunity or sometimes taking a training, it's just one click. At least you will get an entry in this government initiative. Sometimes people don't know, or this is happening, I am not aware. Sometimes it's free of cost, but sometimes people don't know what exactly going on as the government, because operations, that IS officer decides something, and normally implementation from the ground level, that we have to take the initiative as a MSME point of view. So you as well as your society will get the benefit for this sectors. Because sometimes we feel that my company is going very nicely, I don't want to take any loan, or maybe I don't know, my all staff are trained, I don't think I need any support from the government. But if you think about the sustainability, right now everyone is in need of the sustainability and the this circular economy concept point of view, because all we are facing similar issues across the industry. So definitely we need help from your end for the skill as well as for this economic growth of the country. So thank you so much for listening and inviting me, and I think I am available. You can just have any query, maybe we can take it afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of wisdom. We are grateful to have the opportunity to listen to you. It is our privilege and honor to have with us our chief guest for today, Dr. A.P. Jayaraman. Dr. A.P. Jayaraman is a distinguished scientist, science communicator, and academic leader. He began his career at 22 after graduating from the Scientific Officers Training School of the Atomic Energy Establishment, India. With a remarkable 40-year tenure at Bhabha Atomic Research Center, he later served as a professor in Singapore and an academic dean in Palakkad. Holding a PhD in science and multiple diplomas, he has expertise in environmental engineering, supply chain management, and materials management. A prolific science communicator, he has authored 25 books, written over 5,000 articles, and delivered 60,000 plus hours of discourse. He chairs the National Center for Science Communicator is a public communication of science and technology global network scientific committee member and has researched technology management models of Indian leaders. Recipient of the International Copernicus Award, he has lectured worldwide. Currently, he is a principal scientific advisor to Hyderabad Sindh National Collegiate University, president of STEAM Academy, and serves on academic councils of various institutions. I now request Sir to come on the dais and address the gathering.
Good morning, all shakers and movers of this area. I am extremely privileged to be here. And when I look to the left, I find 4 distinguished women and a minority, Albert D'Souza, and myself included. Mao Zedong once said, half the sky belongs to women, but 2/3 of the sky here on the dais belong to women. I'm very proud to be of that. And as a management institute, I asked the very fundamental question, why did the chicken cross the road? Why did this 82-year-old octogenarian agree to Albert D'Souza's request to come over here? That's a question, an incredible question, which I could not answer straight away. But it was a love at first sight. We met about 10 days ago at Nehru Science Center in an innovation conference. And he was in the audience, and I saw something tall and towering personality. And I requested him and I introduced myself to him. And that was love at first sight. And his immediate reaction to me was, will you please come over to Tarapur, to this place? Yes, I love Tarapur because in 1968, when the first atomic power station was built, I was here. So having supplied electricity to this part of this, I have a very special affiliation to this place. Well, that's the part of the story. Now coming back to my profession, once upon a time, long ago, I had the occasion to be the scientific directorate of purchase and stores of the Department of Atomic Energy. So Dr. Homi Baba was the chairman. He will say, green buying or red buying, get the bloody stuff right over here, right now. That was the official order from the top. Get the right stuff here, right now. I don't mind what route you take. So the purchaser, once upon a time we were buyers. Then we became purchasers. Then we became procurement professionals. Then we became materials managers. Then today we become supply chain managers, total supply chain managers, green total supply chain managers. All sorts of adjectives were added to that. And now we are here. So the point here is this, supply chain was red, is red, and will continue to be red, but we have to green it. Either you can paint it green, which is called greenwashing, or you can ask your GRI report to make appropriate amendments of your carbon footprint or your water footprint. So green supply, there are 2 major trends. In fact, we have written here, emerging trends. I think all trends are emerging. Only when trends emerge, they become a practice. So the 2 major trends now looking at the industry is this artificial intelligence and green supply chain management. Artificial intelligence will continue to have major impact on us because the predictive value of the market size, the CAGS, all these things will be calculated by them. So supply chain managers will be increasingly relying on AI for their predictive models of market size and the rapid change of demand. The second one, of course, one of the major constraints or restraints on the application of AI to supply chain management is the quality of the data. If you ask any deal assistant or partner in Deloitte or PwC, they will tell you we have data. We have unutilized data, but unutilizable data because the quality of the data is suffering. The quality of mercy is suffering, said Shakespeare, but the quality of data is suffering today. But if you have the right data, mined properly, retrieved properly, and preserved properly, then your predictive power will be extremely high. So a large amount of academic and practical application will be on data analytics for supply chain management. As far as green supply chain management is concerned, the fundamental emphasis will be on green sourcing. Where do you buy your goods from? And what is the history of the material you are buying? If you are buying a simple substance like phosphoric acid, the question will come into chemical engineering. Is that phosphoric acid made by the interaction of rock phosphate and sulfuric acid? Or is it made by an electrothermal phosphorus of red phosphorus interacting with the water by another route? In fact, the energy component of the same molecule or chemical molecule will be different depending on the process it takes. So supply chain managers will be increasingly called upon to understand the microstructure and the microeconomics of the product they deal with. That is where sourcing management become increasingly important. For example, if you look at the supply chain across the country, you will find that almost all the supply chains, including the precursors for most of the pharmaceutical sector, come from China. And the logistic component, to what extent? Does it come through Vietnam? Does it come through Singapore? You have to trace. In fact, you may have to use blockchain technology for transparency and for understanding the real value of the material and the source of origin and the manufacturing techniques. So, sourcing management, where you get your material, how is the material made, what is its history, its water footprint as well as carbon footprint will be increasingly asked to be found out. The second one will be your logistics. You must have smarter logistics. Green logistics is not possible because Newton's law doesn't permit you to have green logistics at all. So, as low as is possible, that's one of the techniques which we have, as low as is possible. So if you can have as low as possible carbon content, it is possible to have a smarter logistic aspect of it. The third one is the circularity, the circular economy, because currently we are in the linear economy, production, distribution, exchange, consumption, matter ends there. How do you produce? How do you distribute? How do you exchange? How do you consume? No. From cradle to grave, from womb to tomb, right from conception to cremation, you will be accountable for it. Extended producer responsibility will be increasingly coming upon the trading community. In fact, the manufacturing community, the consumer community. So we have to see the materiality. Where did this material come? What percentage of material was used? Is there a way of using a less impactful material? So every material will be weighed in the grudging scales of its carbon content as well as in water content. Yes. So that's another aspect. Then above all, whether a material is to be produced or not, what are its larger consequences? That comes under scientific social responsibility. So I will not go into the details, but it is important for us to understand that we are accountable for our actions. There will be GRI reporting for every activity of yours. All of us will be called upon to write down, and calculations will have to be done to the second decimal as far as both carbon footprint and water footprint is concerned. I would see that supply chain management today, supply chain functions have become extremely mathematical, statistical, probabilistic, and academic professors are able to do it. But there is a wide dichotomy, a wide disconnect between the practitioners and the professors in the industry. Therefore, I look forward to increasing and intensive interaction between academia and industry as far as the greening of the supply chain is concerned, so the product and services that go to the consumer are in conformity with all the SDGs 17, or probably an SDG 18 will be created by an appropriate fusion between industry and academia. I'm extremely happy that most of the movers and shakers of industry are here, and I particularly congratulate Albert D'Souza for the academic fusion he has produced over here, and this is a good beginning, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. It was indeed a pleasure listening to you.
I now request all the dignitaries to occupy their seats in the audience. Dear industry representatives, the docket handed over to you contains a collaboration and a hiring requirement form. It also has a feedback form. Kindly fill these forms with your details and hand it over to our student volunteers before leaving for the day. I also request all the audience to kindly visit the stalls put up on the ground floor by our sponsors. We now move towards the most awaited segment of today's program, the panel discussion. The topic for today's panel discussion is emerging trends in supply chain management. Allow me to introduce our esteemed panelists to the gathering. Our moderator for today is Mr. Prashant Shivsharan, Value Delivery Program Manager, Supply Chain and Digital Transformation, Castrol India Limited. He is an experienced supply chain and operations leader with 14 plus years of expertise. He is currently the Value Delivery Program Manager, Supply Chain and Digital Transformation at Castrol India Limited, having previously served as National Head Transportation. His past roles included leadership positions at Asian Paints, Sandoz and Mitsubishi Motors. Certified in APIS, CPIM and PLS, he specializes in supply chain operations, manufacturing, IT systems development and stakeholder management. I now request our Deputy Campus Director and Principal of St. John Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Dr. Savita Tauro, to welcome our moderator for today. I request ma'am and sir to kindly come in front. Thank you, sir. I request Savita ma'am to kindly wait back. Our first panel member is Mr. Shailesh Kulkarni, Vice President, Distribution, GoActive.com. Mr. Shailesh Kulkarni holds a Master's in Commerce and an MBA in Logistics, Materials and Supply Chain Management from IIMM. With over 37 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry, he has specialized in supply chain and distribution operations. Currently, he serves as the Vice President of Distribution and Supply Chain Management at GoOptive Private Limited. Prior to this, he was the Senior General Manager and National CNF Operations Head at Sun Pharma Limited. During his 34 years tenure at Pfizer Limited, he has led all India distribution operations and managed the vaccine supply across neighboring countries. I again request Dr. Savita Tauro ma'am to welcome him. I request sir to kindly come in front. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Our second panel member is Mr. Naitik Bhai Sangrajka. Mr. Naitik is the CEO, Sales and Marketing at UIDC Private Limited, a company specializing in industrial infrastructure development. He is a BMS graduate and has been actively involved in the manufacturing industry since 2009 and has extensive hands-on experience in real estate development, particularly in creating industrial parks that support business growth. UIDC's parent company has successfully partnered with the government of Gujarat, executing a 200 industrial gala project that has attracted 600 plus MSMEs, generated significant employment and contributed to state revenue. I now request our principal, Dr. Kamal Shah ma'am, to welcome him. I request sir to kindly come in front. Kamal Shah ma'am is not here. I request Lata Ramachandran ma'am to kindly come in front and welcome him. I request Lata ma'am to kindly wait back, ma'am.
Our third panel member is Dr. Ramanand Jadhav, Deputy General Manager, Environment, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. Dr. Ramanand Jadhav has over 15 years of expertise in environmental governance, sustainability, environmental protection, environment education, capacity, environmental management and compliance. He was honored with JNPS Outstanding Performance Award 2023 for resolving environmental issues. Previously, he worked on the World Bank-assisted Jal Swarajya 2 project, Water Supply and Sanitation Department, and with various regulatory bodies. He holds a PhD in Environmental Science along with qualifications in Industrial Safety and Environmental Law. I request Sir to please come in the front.
Thank you, sir. I request Lata ma'am to kindly wait back.
Our fourth panel member is Mr. Jalendra Kumar Darji, AGM Supply Chain Management, NAPROD Science Private Limited, Tarapur, Boisar. Mr. Jalendra Darji is pharmacy graduate with post-graduation in marketing management from Gujarat University. He has more than 15 years of expertise in supply chain operations focused with pharmaceutical manufacturing industry. Has served various multinationals like Torrent Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Cadila Healthcare during his tenure. He is currently at NAPROD Life Science Private Limited, Boisar as AGM Supply Chain Management. I request Sir to please come in the front.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I now request all the panelists to proceed towards the stage for the panel discussion. The time limit for the discussion will be 50 minutes, followed by a 10-minute question and answer session. The stage is open for the panel discussion.
Hello. Hello. Thank you for such a wonderful introduction. Standing here after Mr. Jayaraman's speech is like asking Chunky Pandey to perform after Amitabh Bachchan's sir's performance. So thank you, sir, for making my job difficult. Okay. Since we are talking about the emerging trend of the supply chain, so and I can sense that the majority of the people or representative are from the manufacturing industry. So let me start with the vision of the future factory, how the future factory will look like. To imagine a factory is operated by two resources. One is a man and second is a dog. Man job is to feed a dog and dog job is to keep the man away from touching any of the equipments. Okay. So that's how the future of the factories will look like. Okay. Now this particular definition or a statement may look far-stretched. Okay. May look far-stretched, but that's not true. The industry is moving very fast towards this. And if you feel this is a bit of a theoretical definition, let me go ahead with the second example. Okay. So last year, so in 2024, the total transaction value of the stable coin is first time crossed the value of the payment giant like an MasterCard and the Visa. For those who are not aware of the stable coin, it's nothing but a part of a blockchain cryptocurrency, which is into similar business of a settlement of a payment transaction. And the stable coin is the coins where the value is directly associated with some of the currency. In this case, is the USD as an currency. Now, the last year, the MasterCard have made a profit of approximately $13.5 billion. Just to make in an Indian context, they have earned the profit of So 1,10,000 crore rupees of a profit with a base of a 35,000 employees. It means that each employee has contributed for 3 crore rupees profit approximately. In contradictory, there is a company called Tether. I don't know how many of you have heard of it. It is a part of the stablecoin transaction ecosystem. Have also made a similar kind of a profit, same kind of a profit, with the employee base of 200 employees. Which means that each employee has contributed to approximately 550 crore rupees of profit to the organization. Now, what I'm trying to communicate to this through example is that the technology space is changing very fast, and sir has touched to that particular part, and it is looking for a high level of efficiency, and it's our job to bring those particular efficiency. According to me, there are the 5 technology which is going to impact our life and very soon than what we can imagine. The first technology, obviously, what sir have already touched is on the blockchain. Now, blockchain might sound a bit of third world, the concept, but it is nothing but a simple concept of a triple accounting system. So all of us are working on the concept of a double accounting. So it is a double accounting system is invented by some 500, 600 years back by a person called Lucy Pacioli. And on a side note, he's also the professor or the guru for Mr. Da Vinci, who has drew the Mona Lisa portrait. Okay. Now, this particular double accounting system and the entire ecosystem of the business transaction is currently settling on the double accounting. And there is approximately 150-year-old concept called a triple accounting system. Because of today's computation system, this particular thing is made possible, and that is called a blockchain. Now, how it is going to connect with the supply chain is that what it gives you is a credibility of authentication, the ability to do a reconciliation in real time and do the smart contracts. It will give away our ways of doing the quarterly reconciliation or yearly reconciliation. You can do the reconciliation on a real-time basis. You can authenticate your products on a real-time basis. You manage your product counterfeit in the market. And for that, this particular technology we use very extensively. And if you feel that you have never used this particular technology or not got impacted, I think all of you have a COVID certificate. You authenticate that on the CoWIN app. Just read the last line of that particular certificate. It is maintained on the private blockchain and it is getting authenticated on that. So we are not far away by this particular technology. The second thing, again, the sir have already touched about in this on the AI, and specifically today I will talk about the AI agent. I think many of you are from manufacturing industry and few quite a senior people are there in this particular room. All of you know that how the ERP as a software has changed transformed the landscape of the manufacturing. And the ERP is approximately 30-40 years old, the tools which all of us are using. Whenever we are trying to implement the ERP, it was we have to spend a few crore rupees for the implementation, and it was a quite expensive affair. 10-15 years back, the alternative to it, the SaaS companies, software as a service, came into the picture, and that changed the entire landscape. And today's scenario is that if you want the entire end-to-end ERP, you go to the tools like Odoo as one of maybe the tool, which will give this entire ERP at the 600 rupees per month cost to the per user. So that has changed the entire transformation. Now going forward, the SaaS industry is going to get impacted or challenged by this called an AI agent. Is essentially is going to act as your digital co-worker along with you. Very soon one of your colleagues will get replaced by this particular AI agent or the digital co-worker. And we need to start building our capability in terms of how we can get familiar with using this particular kind of tools. And is this the AI agent is quite new? Answer is no. Amazon have started using the AI agent for the demand sensing and making their stock availability at the back end, and as a result they have increased reduced their stock outs by the 32%. I work with the Castrol. In the Castrol, we have recently implemented 2 AI agents. One of them we are using in the slow-moving and obsolete material management, and we are unlocking the value in the millions of dollars. So that's how this AI agent going to change transform your landscape, and I think that's one of the emerging trends that we should follow. Third is, I think the robotics. The robotics is going to come into each and every life of the company. The humanoid is going to be replaced as your colleague or one of your assistant. Now, humanoid, you might look at the videos and look like, okay, that's a far-fetched, it's a science fiction. Answer is no. Just to give one practical example, the Castrol parent company is BP, which is British Petroleum. We have already started using the MAD dog, which is the Boston Robotics yellow dog, which you have seen in our refineries, and they manage a lot of the task which is in the hazardous area in very effective manners. So I think that's how this robotics is going to transform very soon in the small scale industry. Energy storage, and sir talk about the nuclear energy and all those particular things. I think the energy storage is the one area which is going to transform how we manage the things, and I think we are still manufacturing the energy in quite an inefficient way, and also use the energy in quite inefficient way. There is a huge scope of efficiency, and the opportunity lies there. Again, how it is going to imply the supply chain, because the cost of manufacturing, cost of logistics is going to change in terms of how you manage that particular energy. The last, the emerging trend may not directly link to every part of the supply chain, but some section, because there are many representatives over here is from the pharma industry, is multi-monic analysis. What exactly it means is that currently the computation capability has increased so much that we can do a simulation at the DNA level. As a result, all of us currently consume all medicine which is quite generic in nature. I consume maybe a 500 mg of maybe a paracetamol for my some pain, but tomorrow you can do the analysis and come up with the customized medicine requirement for your body, and that's a challenge for the pharma industry, that how you can manufacture and deliver that customized medicine to the end individual, and that's how we can transform this particular the landscape how we are managing. Now all of these things are maybe a far-fetched technology looks like, but we need to keep an eye on it and how we can get used to this. And I think the emerging trends are changed predominantly on 2 bases. One is obviously technology, what I've talked about. That's my favorite topic. And second is the geopolitical changes, what is going to happen. In the Palghar area, there are a lot of infrastructure development which is happening, which is going to change this particular landscape. Which brings me to the question to Mr. Ramanand ji, that currently the Vadhavan port is coming up over here. According to you, how it is going to impact this geography landscape, and what are the emerging opportunities available over here?
Hello, Namaste. Actually, you are aware about, most of the people are aware about the airports and all these things, but very few people know about the seaports. Actually, seaports is some different thing which handle the cost effective and large scale goods to the foreign countries. Actually, port is a crucial role just because of the cost of the handling of the product. Consider you handle one product by road, by rail, and by sea route or by air. In all these things, you notice that the cost of the sea route handling is very much cost effective. In India, the 13 major seaports. Out of that, 3 ports in Maharashtra. This is good thing for us. The Mumbai port is old port, around 100-year old. Second, JNP is younger port as compared with Mumbai port. This is around 36 years. And new port is going to be established in Palghar. This will be the 13th major port of government of India. Actually, in port, three major factors consider. The sea draft means at port level, the ship handling depend on the depth of the sea. In Mumbai, around 16-meter depth is right now available, and we are like bigger country, but right now we are not able to handle the mother vessel in India. Last few months before Willingham, they have established this system, but we are not able to handle the mother ships. Means in shipping industry, the word used as a TEU. TEUs means one container. Most of the time you notice that the road truck carrying some box. One box is like 20 feet length and some boxes has like 40 feet. The most of the time, I think you are able to understand or imagine in one ship how many boxes we can handle. Maybe fewer people understand. Most of the time you people visited the Elephanta and the Gate of India or most of the other countries you may visited. In JNPA we can handle the ship size of 17,000 TEUs. Means in common words you can use as a 17,000 trucks in one ship we can handle. The size of ship is around 300 meter and like that only. But Indian government planning to establish one port in Palghar. The ship size will be around 24,000. And Palghar have some geographical benefits like the Greenfield Delhi road connecting and DFCC passing from this area. Major road connectivity passing from this area. Government planning to establish one airport at here. So Palghar have one good potential to establish all these things, and port have opportunity to provide job for each person. Means in port sector you don't need to, like, if I gain some knowledge I can get higher level job, but every person get the job. Means in JNPA area around 1 lakh people depend on this one. In JNPA around 8,000 trucks movements, TT, we use word as a TT. So on one TT around 5 people dependency, like one driver, cleaner, owner, other peoples. So here the potential will be around more than 15,000. So people will get the jobs as well as good potential for the business, as well as the regional economy will be grown. Means some new MIDC will be set up here, and this port will not cater the supply of Maharashtra. This will help to the north also. So port is like one catalyst. This will give the opportunity for the industrial development and other area development also. So port will be the trigger point for the regional developments.
I agree. The port is going to give us a lot of the opportunity in terms of how we can grow support the Indian economy and specifically the local economy part of it. And it also gives us a challenge in terms of how we can to develop the local infrastructure around it. And my question is to Mr. Naitik is this, what are the opportunity or the trends which you can see because of this Vadhavan port in terms of the industrial area developments over here, and how the people can take the benefit of this emerging opportunity?
Good afternoon. So as you know that I am from UIDC Private Limited. We are developer at Umargaon and Vapi, and we help MSMEs to set up their business over here with all the government subsidies and bank loans and everything under one roof at our office only. So can you please pardon the question once again?
So since the Vadhavan port is coming over here, so what are the new emerging opportunities available in terms of the industrial complex building over here, and how the local community can take a help of this opportunity?
Yeah. So as sir told that there will be a lot of employment opportunities going on. A lot of people will get this opportunity to get the jobs over here. And one more thing is that people from Maharashtra who are willing to migrate towards Gujarat. So Umargaon and Vapi, as I told, are the first and the foremost cities of Gujarat where they can come and take the advantage of government subsidies and the bank loans, and they can expand their business over here. So the opportunity is like, as I told, that employment opportunity is the biggest opportunity, and this exports turnover will increase because the people like who are not able to take the benefit of this Nhava Sheva port will be able to take the benefit over here, which will be very near. The proximity will be like 30 kilometers from our site, and this will help them a lot. So these are the opportunities that they can have.
When we talk about the supply chain, Mr. Shailesh, is typically company talk about my company, my supply chain, but the world is moving towards the collaborative supply chain. Can you, and since you have such a very extensive experience in the managing the supply chain, can you give us an insight on the emerging trend of the collaborative supply chains and the key learning we should take away from it?
Yeah, thanks, Prashantji. When we are saying about collaborative supply chain, it's completely changed, is coming up in last 5-6 years, where individually earlier we were thinking of my business, my warehouse, my products going to the market, and I'm capturing it. So required each and every stage, we required a person, you required the people over there, you required the infrastructure. Now the things are coming up where it's a collaborative things. As you people are merging together, the industrialists who are common in the products kind of things, they're coming together and utilizing the common infrastructure, common customers, reaching it to the customer, how collaboratively they are doing. That's the thing which we are doing it right now, and this is spreading everywhere. In fact, where I am working today, GoAptive company, is a very good example of this, where earlier pharma companies were reaching it to each and every doctor, each and every wholesaler, to the retailers in the shops individually. If you see the doctors' chambers, lot many MRs of every individual companies was sitting outside to meet the doctor and prescribed his own product. Now here in our company, what we are doing is, we are taking the products of big companies and we are reaching it to the villages, rural areas where actually nobody has reached there. And where not only one company is, like I'm giving you the example of Pfizer, Abbott, GSK, MSD, Roche. So big multinationals, and many products which they are not able to supply, our companies are taking that products, and our common sales team, distribution team, marketing teams are using it to go to the particular doctor, and one person in that particular areas where nobody has reached is reaching it to the doctor. The products are now reaching it. As we were discussing earlier, we were focusing only on metros where we were thinking the business is there. The India is changing very fast with the internet, with the AI tool. Actually the purchasing power of that particular area is growing very fast, which is not tapped by anybody. So now the industrials are reaching, products are reaching, and the people are reaching over there, and more than 50% or 60% of our growth of the industry is coming out from this area. So this particular collaborative things which is coming up together is reaching together. Now so one person is reaching and all companies together. So the transportation, warehousing, the super distributors and all channels are together working for all the companies together. And that is giving the cost benefit, maybe the forecasting benefit, systems, people, the same operator are using it for multiple companies. So that is giving a good advantage to the main companies, and they are coming together. And it's not earlier that it's my company only, I will say now. In fact, there are something where data analysis, maybe the data sharing, the trust is required. But that is coming together. In fact, many challenges which is coming up in the market, or maybe the raw material availability, etc. So now together they are facing that. Instead of if it is not available in one particular country like China, so the own manufacturing, it is available. So all together they are trying to make in India, utilize that. So that collaborativeness has helping India now to grow. And it is coming up in all the industries, not only in the pharma. I have seen this is happening everywhere, and our Prime Minister also encouraging that particular industry. The madam has said about that so many things, that this is coming up for the collaborative things. So here, when I am seeing the Palghar industry, when it is coming together, so many people you are there, coming together, approaching it together, will save a lot of cost, a lot of energy, and of course, that will definitely help the industry.
What a classic case of unlocking the value and the inefficiencies available in the market. Okay. In fact, we also struggle to reach to the rural market. So nice opportunity and nice approach. When we talk about the green supply chain specifically, to Mr. Jalendra, how do you think the green supply chain is impacting the industries, and how we can unlock the values under the green supply chain?
Thank you, Prashant. As we understand, the green supply chain is quite new to the India as a country and the Southeast Asian economies as well. Majorly concept is from the US and Europe-based companies. However, green supply chain, if I look at our MSME perspective, if I am running an industry, my chemical waste needs not to be eroded or excreted into any of the drains. Its proper management is also required. And for that, we have a specific waste management agencies which needs to be approached. And our pollution control is also well aware about these standards. If you look at the specific industrial zones, they have various effluent treatment plants at the start of the industrial zones. So the overall waste are collected and reprocessed there for the reutilization. That is one concept of green supply chain. And if I look at our natural resources which Palghar district has, there was one survey almost 15 years back. 40% of the vegetables which are produced by India are just rotten and not being consumed at the correct point in time. That is a place where our new port will be an effective player to have a correct exports with a good exporters for natural products or natural resources like chikus and various other areas. And they can have a good encasement and a business growth opportunity with the infrastructure which is geographically located with this region.
You have touched upon the cold, the supply chain part of it, but essentially the entire coal supply chain is quite energy hungry. In terms of the sustainability, there is a huge inefficiencies available over there. So, Mr. Shailesh, can you give a highlight in terms of how this, what are the good practices which we should adopt to make the coal supply chain more efficient and more practical?
Yeah. So basically, handling cold chain is really difficult thing earlier till 5 years back in India because of road infrastructure, total availability of cold chain infrastructure, warehouses. So there were many losses India was facing because of this thing. Government also was not able to store the products, perishable products, pharmaceutical products, vaccines. So that's the reason now in 5 years times, many new things which is coming up. Governments are opening near the ports, the warehousing for the cold chain, especially for the cold chain. Sir must be knowing that particular thing. And that is helping us to store the products at a particular level. The temperature monitoring equipments which is coming up now. Earlier it was only the standalone kind of things. Now it is online. Anybody can sit and check at home, even in the mobiles, your temperature of your warehouse, how the products are going, and take the immediate actions. The DigiSets backups and so many things which is coming up, which is helping the cold chain management, especially for the vegetable, fruits and non-vegetarian fish and all these things to stores for many years, and we are actually reducing the losses for this cold chain thing. Along with that, the packaging material which is coming up recently, which is earlier it was like only thermocol boxes was available for 48 hours storage, etc. Now the plastic thing and now new packaging material which is coming up, which you can store it for more than 8 to 10 days, and which is helping them for the transit stock and all, and it is helping a lot. But still, we need to do lot many things in the cold chain. Education for the people, especially the staff in the warehouses, they needs to get trained in the specialty for the cold chain handling. That is somewhere it is missing. Even in fact, I'm just taking the example of small thing on a Sunday. The security guy should know if the hooter is there, what it means and what actions he needs to take it immediately to run up to ensure that there is a safety for the cold chain products, etc. So that is still lacking, and individually all industrialists needs to take the actions to educate the staff and give them the importance of cold chain handling. New refrigerator vans are coming up in the industry, and again I am saying collaborative things which we are taking help. So now many industries which we can't send a small thing, now in the refrigerator van which is taking care for 1 month kind of thing, and it routes around milk route kind of thing for all over India. So all companies together, they knows that this van is going for the cold chain, and they can send their material easily now all over India. So that's a cold chain thing which, if somebody is handling the cold chain, I think that's some very important thing which is coming up, collaborative cold chain handling.
Thanks. Now, let me move towards the one open question, because here is the combination of the students and the industry representative, and there are many people who are in the industry, but because of the emerging trends, people feel that okay, hey, I may not be up to the speed. So I would like to ask each one of you, according to you, what is that one skill the individual should acquire to be more relevant in the current time and upcoming time? Maybe Mr. Jalendra, we can start with you.
I just would like to rephrase the sentence which you said. A human or a patient remedies of a medicine is now going through the new vision that an individualized person will have its own customized medicine, and that too being delivered through a corrective supply chain wherein a cold chain is a key player. If I look at some of the biosimilar or the peptides, which are chemically similar chemicals to our body's digestive systems, which are generated as a routine digestion in our body. So the same chemicals are produced outside. However, these chemicals are not stable enough at a normal room temperature or 2 to 8 degree temperature. If you want to keep them live enough or effective enough, you have to store them at a minus 40 degrees, minus 60 degrees, and for that there are specific cryogenic controlled devices which are devised, and these cold chain areas and a supply chain effectiveness on these areas can improvise on your skill set. If we look at the perspective as an individual to enable the skills, then I would say we have to be global enough with localized effectiveness. The concepts and the trend sets which we are learning through such platforms, or maybe any new opportunity like a new port we have to encash upon those areas, and we can get betterment on our encashment of the asset as an individual also.
Mr. Ramchandran, what is that one skill according to you everyone should learn to cope up with the emerging trends?
Actually, global supply chain is the bigger aspect, and this will be the future of this one. I am working from the port side, so I will contribute from the port side, and some new thing will happen at Palghar. So I like to add to understand what is the port first. So accordingly, you will increase your skill in business. What is the future demand of next 5 years? For that, I like to invite you all at JNPA. At least you can understand what is the port, because most of the time we all know the airports, but very few people understand the seaports. Due to some restrictions of the like security reasons, we don't have normal access to the port. That's why I like to invite you all on behalf of my management at port, so you can understand what is the port first. So I like to invite all industry persons. I like to invite your management, St. John College management, as well as all college peoples, because in last 1 year we interacted with 2,000 people from the Palghar area. And we interacted, we tried to sensitize the people, because most of the time we are not aware about some new things. So I like to say something to the industry person, academic people and students also, because you are future of this area. So if you get the opportunity in your area, this will be the better opportunity to contribute the local area also, to try to understand what is the future and what is the next 5-year trends. Try to understand, after that you will gain the knowledge and this will help for the regional development.
Thanks for giving an opportunity to learn how the port operates. Okay, Mr. Naitikji, what is that one skill according, because you have built a lot of bigger industries around it and you have the huge experience, what is that one skill that everyone should learn?
So the one skill that we are talking about is that the main thing is that we need to understand the gap, that what is the gap, and we have to fulfill the gap, and we need to understand the need of the customer, and basis on that we need to build that kind of infrastructure for them, so that they come there, they establish their business, they do the setup in that way, and it will be helpful for them to achieve their targets and increase the turnover.
Thank you. Mr. Shailesh, same question.
So basically I feel now with the change thing which is coming up now, AI is coming and all other things. So what you people has rightly said, but still we have seen so many changes. In fact, people who are sitting in front, we have seen before that the laptop and then the mobile change, and now so many things which is coming up where the technology is changing. Definitely the technology is very important. Without that, and AI is something which is our Prime Minister also is recommending in US, we have seen. So when we wanted to do that, in fact, the learning and manpower, so that individual things should not get disturbed with that. So together, individually with the training and utilization of the current infrastructure and this AI and all, I think we will be one of where we should go there. That's what I feel.
Okay, thanks. And let me put in the spot. According to me, the one skill that everyone should learn is the skill of unlearning, because we have a very common habit of saying, "मेरे time पे ऐसे होता था या मैंने ऐसे किया है." And trust me, unlearning is not the easy stuff. I've tried doing that, and I face that it is very difficult. I think that's the one skill which everyone should acquire. I'm just cautious of time. I'm not sure how much time we have, but I think let's open the forum for the questions. Utilize this opportunity. If you have any open questions, please ask to the panel members so that they can share their insights with all of you.
Hello. Okay, the floor is open for the questions. You can ask your questions to the panelists. Our volunteers with mic are just close to you in case you need to ask a question.
I am Shweta Singh from MBA department. I would like to ask question to Mr. Shailesh Kulkarni sir. And the question is also open to other panelists also. How do global trade policies and agreements such as tariffs and free trade agreements impact supply chain operations, and what strategies can organization use to navigate these complexities?
Basically, the changes which global kind of requirements which is coming up, India is currently adopting to these particular changes, and we are making many changes from the SOP kind of thing, or we will say that how the India government is particularly acknowledging it. I will give you the example of COVID vaccine. when it was available outside India, I was managing it that for India. But it was at that time to bring it in India, the strategy which India government was having along with the US and all these things was really creating an issue for bringing such at that particular time where other countries were able to adopt that particular quickly. So we need to do that, and I'm very open to that now India is changing very openly, and it has having the dialogues with other countries, especially with individual countries wise and all, and adopting each other's things. You must have seen last visit of Prime Minister also is making that particular changes in accepting that thing. And once we start accepting each other's things, then of course it will help individual industrialists, individual companies in India and make in India, that will get benefited out of it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Yes. Yash? Okay. So we are coming back.
Good afternoon. It was really enlightening to hear all your panelists here. We are working as green energy consultants based in Boisar. I wanted to understand more how, can you elaborate more on green supply chain management? The thing is, Vadhavan port is coming up in our region, and you are talking about coal supply. So these are very energy hungry, carbon emitting units. So what steps can be taken by the government as well as companies or MSMEs like who are working towards green energy to like offset the carbon part and reduce the emissions that is going to happen out of all these Vadhavan ports and everything?
As a government decides some strategy as a global demand. Means all strategy most of the time demand specific. As a port, we have some strategy for reduction of emission. For that, at port level, port try to reduce the level utilization of diesel and other. At port level, most of the time, port prefer green energy. I like to give you one example of JNPA. We are using around 40% of energy through non-renewable resources like solar and other. Right now, government promoting to use the non-renewable resources and renewable energy for the like solar, wind and all these things. So we have to cope up with the market demand also, because otherwise we are not able to sustain in the market, because this is like market driven activity. If we fail to achieve the target, we will sideline from the business. So as per demand specific and futuristic activity, we have to be. And you asked about the one future project at Palghar. In this, government already decided most of the thing, it should be like reclamation material should be sand like thing. All we try to reduce the material or all these things will be the environment friendly. All equipment will be the environment friendly. So like that only government decide and we will implement the policy.
So let me add into this, answering to your question, how the government is influencing the green supply chain or the management of the energy. I think there are a lot of initiatives government is taking, and one of those initiatives is that government is asking all corporate to declare their scope 1, scope 2 and scope 3 emissions, and how we are controlling or contributing to reduction of that particular emissions. And let me give an example for my company Castrol. So for example, we ensure that whatever the plastic bottle we circulate to the market, the 100% of that particular, the plastic is getting collected back. Obviously not the same plastic packs, but through the plastic recyclers, how we can collect back that for the processing. Second is that how in our packaging, since we don't have any alternate other than using the plastic, is we can use a recycled plastic, what we call as the PCR bottles, and reduce the consumption of the PCR the virgin plastics in that. So in terms of the scope 3 emissions, where which is not directly in our control. We are trying to utilize how we can use in the logistics, the clean energy vehicles, which, like for example, LNG trucks we have started utilizing, which carries the higher payloads, more than a 25 metric ton load for a long hauls. That's recently we have started utilizing, and for the short hauls we are trying to utilize the e-mobility or the electric small vans. I think these are the various means in terms of how we can reduce the carbon footprint, and there is a positive pressure from the government / incentives. In fact, for the factories, we are trying to purchase the green energy from the government itself, since we don't have a specific the land to install the solar panels, but that is though it comes at a bit expensive range, but it gives the positive credit for the government. So that's how the lot of initiative is happening, I think, from the government.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope that answers your question. Yes, we have a question coming up from here.
Hello. My question is to Mr. Jadhav. So I'm from the logistics field. So Vadwan is coming up and Vizhingham is already operational. So can you please enlighten us as to how these two ports will change the shape of Indian infrastructure in terms of TU handling capacities, since these are going to compete with the direct Southeast Asian economies in terms of handling capacities, giving a tough to the current transshipment ports, that is Colombo, Singapore and Malaysia.
Right now, in India, most of these ships handle around 18,000 TEUs. But more than that, we have to handle at Colombo, Singapore and other ports. The size is around 24,000, like that one. So, Wellingham, right now, recently, last 3-4 months, inaugurated, they can handle 24,000 TEUs. But at western side, the Vadwan have the capacity to handle the 24,000 TEUs ship. The ship, right now, this is the mothership, or this is the handling capacity, highest handling capacity ship. Second thing, this port is greenfield. So right now, in port sector, 3-4 things are most important. Draft means the sea depth. The proposed site is around 18 to 20 meter. So future like 50 years, the ship can handle at that location. Second, connectivity. The nearest railway station is new Palghar station, DFCC line is around 12 kilometer. Vadodara highway is around 28 kilometer. And NH 46 around 32 kilometer, the Tawa junction. This will help the handle the highest cargo at this area, as well as the India, actually all ports handling at the optimum level of their capacity. So right now we have to establish one port in India who can handle the major cargo of the India, as well as strategically this location is very good. This can handle central India as well as the North India to the south. So this will be, and due to urbanization, Mumbai port is not able to handle other constraint also. JNPA will be exhausted within next 2-3 years or 5 years. So futuristic point of view, this will be the future of India, not India, and this will be the world rank 10 number ports within 10 as a capacity. JNPA's ranking is 26th right now. So this port can give opportunity, and as well as this port will give the opportunity to establish new things in this area, as well as agriculture commodity export will be more from these areas. So this is the future of India.
If I may add into that, is it going to replace the Singapore port? Answer is no, because their strategic location is different. What it is going to bring is decongest the port, which currently JNPT is quite decongested, or congested one. It will decongest, help manage the higher volume. And essentially it is a part of the bigger scheme of the government Gati Shakti program, where the India is trying to reduce the spend on the overall logistics. Currently we spend approximately 8 to 9% of the GDP on the logistics. When it's compared to the developed countries or the ideal scenario, we should reach to the 4% of the GDP. So we are 50%, there is a 50% inefficiency which is tapped over there. Just to give another difference, in the US, the one truck can travel approximately 500 kilometer per day, whereas in India, that particular the distance is 150 kilometer. So there is a huge potential which is available with us with this upcoming infra, port and the Golden Quadrilateral roads. I think that particular efficiency which will bring, that opportunity is available for us to unlock that particular potentials and make us more efficient and be competitive in the global market.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any more questions, please? Yes, there is another question there at the back.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Recently, McKinsey and Company released a statement saying 71% of people globally prefer personalization, and 40% increase in companies is because of personalization. The whole trend of supply chain management is usually where mass production is done. So how does personalization fit in this emerging trend? This question is for anyone who chooses to answer, please.
Okay, let me take this particular thing. Ma'am, as you rightly said, the people are looking for a personalized solution, and that's a big challenge in terms of the supply chain. How we can make our supply chain efficient to manage that particular, the shift in the consumer need. Okay, to give maybe the example, as of now, all the big FMCG like an Unilever, ITC, Britannia, they are struggling because they are not able to increase their year-on-year revenue / sale of their particular product. And they are getting challenged by the small-scale MSME or small-scale industries who are providing the solutions at a local level. If I need a specific home-baked gluten-free biscuit, the local supplier is able to provide me that, which big companies are not able to provide that. Okay, and that's the shift which is happening in the industry. And if I go back to my first example, where I said the theater with the 200 employees able to shake the MasterCard, that is true, that the next innovation is going to come from the small industry who is able to manage the personalized need in a very agile manner, and that's where the opportunity lies. Is it a threat to the big companies? Answer is clearly yes. Are they struggling? Answer is yes, because they have become an elephant and they are not able to make their elephant dance.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, good afternoon all. My question is open for all. So definitely AI is one of the emerging trends in the supply chain. And my question is, with the increase in the cyber attacks, what are the potential hazards associated with AI, and how can we protect our sensitive supply chain data from it?
See, basically, the cyber attacks are increasing very oftenly. And the solutions which is coming up, maybe it is still not 100% proof and it will save the thing. But with the recent changes which is coming, and India is one of the very good talent which is having to stop this cyber attacks in many of the companies. And this AI thing is also helping in this particular things. And Infosys and big companies also, they have separate divisions to only see how to save these particular things. I will give you an example of my own company. I was working in Sun Pharma. Cyber attack has happened only in the night. And from next day onwards, completely you are seeing that completely we were not able to give the salary to anybody. We are not able to do anything, not even move the products from one another to another. That kind of cyber attacks happens in these things. But we got the solution within 7 days to ensure that the manufacturing will happen, the products will go, and the people are available to do that kind of thing. And that has happened because of the technology which we are getting it. And I'm very happy to say that it is available in India. And India is one of the best thing, consider to stop the cyber attacks?
Thank you so much.
I would like to add, and sorry, I beg maybe a difference of opinion or the views I have on this particular thing. I think the cyber security is the biggest threat and biggest opportunity also. The future war is going to be fought by the cyber security, not by the actual weapons. Okay, and that's the reality. When we talk about the cyber security, the reality is that 90% of the cyber security market is controlled by the companies which is operated by the Israelis. Okay, by that small country. Okay, we as an Indian, we are just a user of it. Do we understand that? Answer is no. Is there is a huge scope to make an indigenous product and get into that particular space? Answer is yes, because the biggest threat for any company, it doesn't matter what is your size, is the cyber security, and the big opportunity lies over there. Second thing, it is a continuously evolving stuff, because the cyber security is, what are the program we are currently having, they are just able to, what I can say, manage the current threats. With the invent of the quantum computing, it is that challenge is going to become multifold, and there is a huge void available. Okay, are we secure? We pretend to be, but answer is no. There are many smart people available and taking the advantage of it. So better make ourselves aware what are the opportunities available and how we can safeguard ourselves.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next question, please. We are coming to Chairman
Hello.
sir also. He also has a question, I believe.
Hello, good afternoon,
We are
sir.
coming back to you, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
My name is Milind Pandit. I am from Thana District Central Cooperative Bank, Palghar branch manager. सर मेरा ऐसा एक सवाल था कि हम बैंक में काम करते हैं, तो बैंक के माध्यम से अलग अलग क्षेत्र में अलग अलग तरफ का फाइनेंस करते हैं। मैक्सिमम करके छोटा माइक्रो फाइनेंस ज़्यादा रहता है, डाई मेकर है, बाद में फिशरीज प्रोडक्ट के लिए करते हैं। हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोऑपरेटिव बैंक है एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोऑपरेटिव बैंक एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट के लिए प्रमोशन करते हैं, तो एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट के लिए हम फाइनेंस करते हैं। बाद में उसका बाई प्रोडक्ट जो रहता है पशुधन है, उनके बारे में हम फाइनेंस करते हैं। लेकिन सब फार्मर का एक समस्या रहता है कि आफ्टर प्रोडक्शन उनको मार्केटिंग अच्छी तरह से अवेलेबल नहीं होता, और कुछ फार्मर्स के बारे में ऐसा उनको समस्या होती है कि वो प्रोडक्शन प्रिजर्व नहीं कर सकते। जैसे फिशिंग किया तो प्रिजर्व किधर करे, ऐसा बहुत सी समस्या रहती है। अभी केच फिशिंग करते हैं, उसमें क्रैब ऐसा पकड़ते, केच फिशिंग जो अभी नया कंसेप्ट निकला है, लेकिन उनके लिए बहुत समस्या रहती है। तो उसके बारे में आप कुछ अरेंज कर पाएंगे हमारे बैंक के लिए या हमारे कस्टमर के लिए, कुछ मार्गदर्शन हो सकेगा तो इफ पॉसिबल।
Deepa, I would like to answer.
आप सबके लिए सर, कोई भी आप।
It's a major issue for all banks as well as for most of the MSMEs, as you said about the small scale industry. For this, I think government has initiated ONDC because we are all know about Amazon, or maybe we are buying our product from Flipkart, but we are not supporting our Indian portal. ONDC is the first platform which is introduced by Government of India for the small scale farmers, Bachat Gat, as well as MSME, where they can take a part of national as well as international. There are government buyers, because this is a marketing is a pain area. Most of you, जैसे आपने बोला कि सभी SMEs को यही प्रॉब्लम है। देयर आर मार्केटिंग पॉलिसी के लिए ONDC का एक पोर्टल लॉन्च हुआ है, तो आई विल रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द MSMEs शुड टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ ONDC, and I will request to sir कि for Palghar ONDC program we will definitely arrange, because that is again the mandate to everyone to know about ONDC. Another portal is about MSME Mart is available for all the MSMEs, where you can take the advantage from the government bodies for finding the buyers. About the chain, I know these are the small, sometimes few farmers or maybe the small, even the people who are doing their business from home, they can, with the Udyam registration, they can take a part of the JM tendering. Because as we in my session also I told about these tenders, because most of the small scale people, they don't see the opportunity from the government as well as from the national initiative for the exporters. So even this MSME Mart, NSIC, SCST hub is working for marketing policies for the small scale industries. That benefit we can take up. बैंक से लोन लेने के बाद यही प्रॉब्लम होती है कि सब्सिडी ली जाती है बट मार्केटिंग का असिस्टेंस नहीं मिलता है. बट देयर आर अनदर पॉलिसीज फॉर द मार्केट सपोर्ट from the agriculture department also. It's approximately 50% subsidy is also available. That is government of Maharashtra agriculture department. So you can, I think bank, you can just definitely suggest this type of schemes are available, but people are not taking advantage. And we as a ONDC, as I suggested about this, we should take this national initiative from our side to take the collaboration, because even there is a public-private procurement policy, PPP policy is there. The government has a mandate, like Mazgaon Tech, I think JNPT, even MSME government, they have mandate to buy product from the MSME approximately 30%. And many MSME don't approach, they don't have vendor registration for certain like Indian Railways, JNPT, or maybe this government partners. So we have to do the vendor registration. There are people waiting for your tenders, waiting for MSMEs to have collaboration with this type of, because they have right now mandate. Even I think 9% is reserved for the women. SC/ST category, they have the certain 4% reservation is there. So all MSME can take that benefit. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Can I ask one more question?
Thank you, madam. In fact, we can keep one workshop here, one whole day seminar, calling the resource person under Deepa Raut madam, and also our resource team, and answer all these small scale industry concerns separately, one whole day, morning to evening. Our management college and PGDM college will anchor this program, where we can sort out, interact with the local people who are really concerned, maybe catch fish production and exporting, chikku, agriculture produce. We can have a separate, this it requires big topic, but she's a resourceful person for us. We'll keep it workshop in maybe on a Sunday, so that students also, industry people also can have to collaboration. Sir, I had one question to Jadhav sir. Vadhavan port is coming, foundation stone is laid. What are the stages as per the government plan to implement stage 1, stage 2, stage 3? Which year, year-wise? How soon is the inauguration? Because we also want to get involved, so want to know a little bit of your planning from the government angle. Yes. No commitment from you, because it's a government project. Yeah.
Actually, you are aware that ki Vadhavan plan in 1997, but due to some environmental constraint and permissions not able to establish, JNPA started working on the Vadhavan in 2016. We get all clearances in 2023. April 2024, Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated, laid foundation stone for this one. December 2024, 31st December 2024, JNPA awarded one work for the reclamation near to shore around 200 hectares. Hopefully within 1 month or few days this work will start. Actual timeline for the commissioning of the project is July 2029. Till 2029, the 4 berth construction, the reclamation of all works, almost next 3-4 years, the all infrastructure work will be completed, like the water supply line, rail network from the Wangaon, road network from the Tawa junction to the port, distribution line, electricity distribution line, near shore and offshore infrastructure, breakwater construction. This will completed in 5 cycles, and expected phase 1 is expected in 2029, and phase 2 will be completed by 2035.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I think sir has another question.
सर वन मोर क्वेश्चन, एक वुमेन डेवलपमेंट्स के बारे में है। हमारे बैंक में के तरफ से एसएचजी का जो नियोजन किया जाता है उसमें लगभग 21,000 एसएचजी ग्रुप्स हमारे बैंक के हैं। तो उसके माध्यम से हम महिलाओं के साथ अच्छी तरह से जुड़े, उनको ट्रेनिंग देना, उनको प्रोडक्शन करने के लिए सिखाना। लेकिन अभी कुछ महिलाओं का ऐसा हुआ कि उनका कहना ऐसा कि हमको आईएसओ ब्रांड कैसे मिल सकेगा, उसके बारे में कुछ मदद हो सकेगी, हमको उन्होंने पूछा। तो उसके बारे में एक थोड़ा इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए था, और उनको मॉडर्न बैंकिंग सिनेरियो कैसा है और कैसे वो क्यूआर कोड वगैरह कैसे डेवलप करके वो कैसे कर सकते, बिजनेस एक्सपांड कर सकते, उसके बारे में थोड़ा एक कोई गाइडेंस के लिए हमारे उपलब्ध रहेगा तो अच्छा रहेगा हमको।
For Bachat Gat, there is one Beej Bandwal Yojana which cost 40,000 for each lady. That again from the agriculture department, there is a one-day training program for, as he said, about the QR code as well as for marketing assistance. There are certain programs are already going on. Maybe in this area, if you have a very good number of Bachat Gat, definitely we can arrange these programs for intellectual property rights, QR code, Six Sigma, as well as lean management. And these are the free of cost, which I told about this RAM, under this RAM scheme. There is programs which are only designed for these Bachat Gat ladies. From agriculture department, also from PMFME scheme, there is a one-day free of cost training for Bachat Gat ladies to do market, for this marketing as well as for this for the product development. I think I have seen this college is also having the good setup of food technology related stuff. So definitely most of the Bachat Gat ladies, they are preparing in this area for the food processing as well as this katha making and this bag making products. So you can take advantage of these schemes. I'm really glad to say for Palghar district, first program from MSME department we have launched in this college only. Yesterday we got the inauguration. I think this is the first opportunity we have taken from this college only. Maybe for I think engineering college, yesterday we have launched for ST. It is a free of cost from the MSME department for the entrepreneurship development program. So these programs are we are imparting. Of course, I think sir, तुम्ही मला भेटा नक्कीच. आपल्याकडे बरीच कामं आहेत आणि पालघरसाठी नक्कीच ते प्रोग्राम ऑलरेडी लाईनअप आहेत. आता मार्च आहे, मार्चच्या ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण ते करू शकतो. येस, आपण त्याच्यावरती बरेचसे प्रश्न असतील. आपण मी म्हणजे तुम्हाला सरांनाही तीच रिक्वेस्ट केलेली आहे. एव्हरीवन प्लीज जॉईन दिस इनिशिएटिव्ह बिकॉज सी समटाइम्स व्हॉट हॅपन की वी आर इन दिस लोकल एरिया अँड मे बी इन महाराष्ट्र, बट दिस प्रोजेक्ट्स आर नॅशनली एक्झिक्यूटेड. सो समटाइम्स दिस बजट्स आर लिमिटेड. हम नहीं करते तो और कोई करके लेके जाता है बजट. तो वी हैव टू टेक दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी. समटाइम क्या होता है ना, हम निगलेक्ट करते नहीं, मतलब बाद में बोलते कि गवर्नमेंट कुछ नहीं दे रहा है. बट देर आर मल्टीपल इनिशिएटिव्स गोइंग ऑन राइट नाउ. वी हैव टू टेक द अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड फ्री में है. अगेन वन मोर पॉइंट, एज ए MSME always as a MSME we have lots of pain areas. So sometimes whatever support which is free of cost available, even all the officers have the mandate. Even BIS lab, I think I was discussing with madam, and I saw this lab today itself here only. And that is again the advantage, because last week we had one session for this for the calibration testing of all the MSME product related stuff. Everyone, I'll request, maybe you can visit to IDMI. IDMI is the technology center of MSME Chunapatti office. So there you will get this support, as well as for the training support also. Some are free, some are payable, but you can definitely visit the Technology Center of India. And all over India people visit here, but sometimes we are from Mumbai, but we don't go and see that what exactly setups are available. There are AR, VR labs, whatever the automation, 3D printing, as well as CNC testing, BIS labs, everything is available in Mumbai itself. So I think I'll request all of you to come at least one day, and maybe we will call their team here in Palghar with the help of sir in this college premises itself. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
I have one question regarding international supply chain. I am from pharma formulation industry, and as you know, the pharma from India, especially formulation, is the third biggest volume-wise. So it's a pity to say, but our 100% dependency is on foreign shipping lines like Safmarine, Maersk Line, of those kind. I have never heard, I may not be knowing rather, not a single Indian private sector or public sector shipping line. Those can give the international better stable solutions. What happens in whole year, such a big fluctuation is there from 40 feet containers, if you can, $2,000 to say $12,000. All our P&L get disrupted because of this, and the arrogance is too big. One small example I'll give you. One, say not less than 100 containers has been lifted by one shipping line, Malaysian, I don't remember the name. And it has been transshipment, they offloaded there in Malaysia and they never reached to Africa. And all merchant exporter and manufacturer lost all money, 100%, because you know it has got the life 2 years. And if we get that goods up to 2 years, it's of no use. It's like injustice to us. So do you know any Indian shipping line coming up? And when we are into such big exports, I really don't know. If you know, kindly let me know. Thank you.
We also face the same problem, sir.
Okay, so I think that answers the question. Any more questions, please?
I would
Yes.
like to add something. I wish the student from this institution, maybe somebody takes up an opportunity to have a shipping agency or shipping line. Even industry is also facing the same problems today.
Purpose will never be served because they dictate the terms. If you know the Maersk Line, there is no say. You cannot speak, you cannot argue. Whatever they say, that is the final. Okay. So question is not the agency. Question is to building our own shipping line.
Okay, we have another question from there.
Well, with so much of happening around Palghar and basically next 10-15 years, it is a great opportunity to create social impact in this part. This part has been known for migration, for jobs. I think we will create jobs here, but my question will be confined to the tribal community in this area, which has been migrating for ages. And this kind of development will need a lot of skilled labor who might be uneducated. So are we planning for that 15 years further where we'll need a lot of people here in this part as laborers maybe or skilled jobs? Are we thinking towards that now so that we have those many people here itself in this area and we are creating a lot of jobs and then further adding to the better social life in this part?
I think this particular institute is anyway contributing for that particular purpose for developing the skills for this particular local community. And I think, I'm sure, as Dipti ma'am said, there are a lot of initiatives or the schemes are available. I think the ownership lies from both the end is how we can take the benefit of the lots of opportunities available in the market, how we can take a self-initiative, take the maximum benefit out of it, because if the local community can't take the benefit, obviously there will be someone else is going to take a benefit of it.
Okay, please give the mic to ma'am.
Yesterday, what initiative we have taken with MSME, that ST category, specifically this tribal area, age group between 18 to 45, we are imparting the computer skills to them, and in that I am happy to share that all our sweepers, like that category, ladies member have registered willingly to learn the computer skills. So they will learn basic computers, their kids are also allowed to learn. So slowly, this is a first batch. If we will become a node and many people we keep on training ST category specifically, definitely this will spread that skill set, required skill set will be built up. So we have taken first step. Let us see how far we can go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, this is basically a technology center. What is happening is those who clear engineering, they don't want to work at the local. This is the mindset of the local. Local industry require diploma holders or ITI holders. ITI, Industrial Training Institute, after 2 years. Or CTI, or diploma holders. The mechanical and civil, both departments we have here with us, but till COVID it was going full, then it collapsed. At present it's coming up again. We require civil diploma holders for local industry. The engineering, civil engineering, they go to structure, masters they do, then they go higher up. They do not want to work at the local because they are not getting the right salary. We inquire with the local industry and our students, what they get is 15,000 rupees per month for an engineer local. If that salary by the industry increased to 22 to 25,000 range, today 25,000 is, the value of rupee, then I think most of the students can be planted in local student, local industry. We have been sending them for internship, to the interviews, but the salary offered is very, very discouraging. Even the parents tell, Baba, you don't go. Go to Mumbai, go to Pune, elsewhere, or go abroad. I think the wage side associations have to discuss minimum salary, it has to be raised. Even Palghar, I don't want to comment, but it is generally observed even in Umargaon, Danu, your Tarapur, Boisar, Palghar, Vasai Virar, it is a salary so that talent doesn't remain here. I think my friends are also here. They can also. We will produce the skillful labor here, means a student, but employing with the gainful employment, industry has to look up. Gainful employment, encouraging for them. Here is the industry. Even internship time also, they can be engaged for 6 months. But pay them something, the free internship, traveling cost is there, food is there. Children get discouraged and they are not settled. No, nowadays students want a little bit of fast track movement. So how to engage them, attract them, that is important. That role, industry, I request the industry people here, and we can give the skillful in our campus. Because we have 34-degree courses here. We have, for example, we have material testing department in civil. But hardly any company, those who are doing civil construction here, send for reporting. They do not want a report. Authentic report, they do not want. That is required today as per the standards. We have a NABL accredited laboratory civil, which nobody has. Even VJTI doesn't have NABL. It's only running with the reputation. Even SV College, Andheri doesn't have NABL. We have NABL accredited laboratory in the civil engineering and mechanical engineering in this campus. It has to be brought up to the optimum level. Industry people should come and take an authentic certificate because you are building buildings. It should remain for 60 years. Infrastructure, no? Like so much of highways are built. I don't know where the contractors are going for the reporting. The reality is little different because we should go on because India is developing. We are developing and it's highways are being built up, ports are being built up, airports are being, but we should bring quality into the process. Quality. Yeah, this is what I had to share. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions to be asked? Yes. There's a question from a student.
Firstly, good afternoon everyone, all the panelists. I'm Jayesh Joshi, a first year MBA student. So my question do you think, is there any possibility of having a centralized hub for critical supply chains where most of the materials, like the materials required in different industries, most of them are similar to each other. So instead of having different places or spots for them, can we have a centralized access for them where most of the materials are available at a single place? Because I'm asking this because there's also a possibility of suppliers and distributors getting retracted from the employment. So do you think it would be nice to have a monopolized version of it, or do you think that it's working fine the way it is right now? My question is open to all the panelists.
Here, actually, what you say is absolutely right. But it depends again on the material to material, how and where it is required. But now the industries and the warehousing industry especially is coming up with a multifold, where instead of earlier where everybody was building the warehouse as per their need, now the industry is coming up with the warehousing. You must have seen in many areas where it is plug in, plug out kind of things are available, where different kind of industries are coming in the warehouse. Wherever it is required, warehouses are available. So many of the collaborative industrial people who are coming up, they want their required materials, everything. Now they are storing in the nearby places. So this centralized warehousing is helping what you are suggesting. Still it is not at that par what we are expecting, but it has started.
Adding to this point, prior to the GST, there was a mandatory that the people should have, or the company should have the warehouse in each and every state. With the GST, I think the lot of centralization of the warehousing is already been happened basis the center of gravity of a demand. So it's not a geographical center, the center of gravity of a demand. It's already been happening. I think a lot of things which is already in progress in terms of what Sir talked about, the collaborative supply chain, how we can have the collaborative warehouse to optimize the cost of a storage and the delivery. I think that is still in a work in progress. I think the consolidation will happen furthermore with the maturity of this Gati Shakti program, because our road infra will improve. Most importantly, the entire India logistics, the waterways logistics and the rail logistics, the usage is very minuscule. If you go to the US, you have a dedicated corridor for the rail freight. Over there, the passenger train gives the second preference and the first preference is of the logistics, because they manage the economy over there. But over here, obviously, what is the one prior stuff that the first priority is giving to the passenger train and not to the, what you can say, the cargo rail. With the dedicated cargo rail corridor and the Sagarmala series, this entire infrastructure will change maybe in another 7-8 years, and that consolidation will happen furthermore. Okay. And luckily the Vadwan port, because of whatever the points which we have discussed, is one of those particular center which will emerge over the period.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions to be asked? That's it. So, sir, should we end the session here? So, with this we end the panel discussion here. Huge thanks to all the panelists for carrying out this insightful discussion. I would like to mention here that lunch will be served for all the industry people and guests here in the adjoining hall. Our escorting team will be guiding you after the national anthem, and the refreshment for all the students will be served on the ground floor MMS 1 classroom. All the good things come to an end, and so has our program. I now request Ms. Ayushi Gada to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, esteemed guests and participants. It was indeed an informative and interactive program. I thank God Almighty for this wonderful opportunity He has given to us to be together and know each other well. We are deeply honored by the presence of our dignitaries. I thank our chief guest, Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, and guest of honor, Ms. Deepa Raut, for their valuable presence, along with the management members of all the major industrial associations who are present here today in strong numbers. I thank all our sponsors for their grand support. Without you, it was impossible to manage this program successfully. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Tarapur Industries Manufacturer Association, Tarapur Management Association, Palghar Taluka Industrial Federation, Umargaon Industries Association for their support, without which this event could not have come to fruition. A big thank you to our moderator of today's panel discussion, Mr. Prashant Shivsharan, for moderating the panel discussion so well. I am extremely thankful to our panelists, Mr. Sailesh Kulkarni, Mr. Naitik Bhai Sangrajka, Dr. Ramanand Jadhav, and Mr. Jalandhar Kumar Darji for sharing their immense and valuable knowledge with us. Our thanks go out to our management members, our chairman, secretary, treasurer, and members of Elder Education Trust for the extensive support. A big thank you to all the industry representatives who have joined us for this grand event and have been the part of deliberations and discussions. I extend my heartiest thanks to our principal, HOD, and all staff members who have guided us along the way. A big event like this cannot be accomplished overnight. The wheel started rolling weeks ago. I thank all the staff members for their hard work. For this event, we visited 200 plus companies over the period of 3 weeks. I personally thank each and every industry representative who is present here. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the volunteers for their immense hard work and dedication. I also express my gratitude to everyone involved in making this program a success. A special thanks to the technical and media teams for their crucial role in this event. With this, we conclude this momentous event. Thank you.
I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem. All the guests are requested to kindly move towards the MMS hall, adjoining MMS hall, for their lunch. Students are requested to wait back in the hall and allow the guests to move first. Students, please be seated. Thank you. Students can now go to the MMS1 classroom and collect their refreshments.